Okay.
I worked from 4:30 to 11:30 yesterday, and then I had to get here at 8:30, and I worked 8:30 to 11:30 this morning.
I'm so sorry.
And I work 6 to 9:30 tonight.
Oh my god, then this song is perfect.
Really?
So let me explain. So now we're reacting to a solo artist named Jonghyun. He was a bassist, author, composer, and a member of the boy group SHINee under SM Entertainment. Sadly, he passed from this world in 2017, and this reaction is our tribute to him. So, SM Entertainment has a reputation of being an idol manufacturing factory where idols have very little creative control over their output. However, Jonghyun broke this mold by being the first artist out of SM to release an album where he had participated in creating every single track. Between his own solo work and the songs he wrote for other artists, many people began to see him more of a singer-songwriter than a, manufactured idol. Yeah. So I will be showing you 2 of his self-composed songs, and they're basically polar opposites in feel, so I'm hoping to show you 2 different sides of him. In this reaction video, I hope to not linger on his passing, but rather celebrate his music and his life. So the very first song we're reacting to was one of the ones that was very, very close to his heart. So he ran a radio station called Blue Night, and he would often get inspired from people's stories on there to write songs. He said about this song, "I think perhaps there are many people who think, why do I have to work so hard and come home so late? To be honest, I feel that way too. I wrote this song thinking that if someone waited for me at the end of my day, filled up with mess, and thinks that I'm their pride even though I'm like this, I would feel very reassured." He received inspiration for this song from his beloved dog, Rue, and his favorite lyric is in this song, "You Are My Pride," which is the very last lyric. He released this song in 2015 and the day after university entrance exams because he said the first words he always wanted to tell students after the entrance exam was, "You worked hard," which is another lyric of this song. So are you okay with the lyrics being on the screen while reacting, or do you rather?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
1, 2, 3.
손을 뻗어줘 내 목을 감싸줘
This is not how I expected the song to be.
지쳐버린 하루가
Super power ballad vibes. With the, okay.
난 이제 눈을 감으니
That was a parallel period.
Nice major 7th.
Okay.
Nice minor 4.
장난스럽게 귓볼을 간지럽히며
Nice suspensions. Oh,
하루
5
종일
of 6.
다른
I think 5 of 3.
있어도 우린
What key are we in?
하루 끝은 함께
It's either A flat or E flat. Oh, it's E flat. 5 of 6.
Like the breathy quality to his voice is
It works really well with the chord progression, the style of music.
yeah, timbre is just really floaty. It's like you're just entranced.
He has such a beautiful voice. His voice is silky, like the blanket he was singing about. It's kind of giving me chills. I love that this was inspired by his dog.
Oh, really good voice. Yeah, a little plagal action.
I like the harmony. The
Yeah,
voice.
seriously.
His voice is pretty good.
Yeah, and it flows very well. It's a really good, very functional song. It's still beautiful.
And the lyrics actually work too.
Yeah, for real.
서툰 실수가 가득했던 창피한 내
Oh man, this is...
끝에
Oh.
너란 자랑거리 날 기다리니 너의 그 작은
I like his voice kind of floats.
너의 그 작은 두
There's such an interesting medium change from Shiny to this. It's different. It's like, because I didn't know a whole lot of him as a solo artist, so this is cool.
And going to the 1/7 is like such a nice thing.
It's just like a little color.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's like we don't need all of it just being one. Little minor flash.
That was a good use of background singers.
I'm like having a hard time like thinking of things to say because it like gets you in your feels, you know?
Man, it's so interesting that this video is shot as the two people. It's really, wow, yeah.
It's different than what we've ever seen. They better be looking at each other.
I mean, if they're not, this is really badly done.
I knew they were gonna beat at the end.
Whaley, what gave it away?
Please hug.
Hug, kiss.
Very nice harmonic layout. It works.
5 of 2.
The arpeggiations of these chords,
Yeah.
it just helps so much.
That like hurt my insides.
Yeah.
When was this written?
2015.
Okay.
Those lyrics were just so like real and
Like it almost, I don't know if all the translations were totally right, but like some of the stuff in there sounded a little bit like it could have been somewhat of a cry for help. You know, like there was stuff where it's like, I don't feel like I can laugh all the time. And stuff like that one really stuck out to me as just like, damn. I feel like I was just really focused on just his voice more than the general, like, wholeness, like everything. You know, I was really focused on his voice and the lyrics.
The tune was very nicely laid out, sense of repetition in lyrics, so it wasn't kind of just a continuing streamlined story. Yeah, and it's nice to hear kind of like a solo piano vocal ballad type of thing from K-pop every once in a while. It's a good change of texture.
I think, like, the song was so beautiful. And I don't think I've ever maybe really said that about any of the stuff that we do. That's what really was interesting about him at the radio station. Like that concept of that song. I don't know if that was a concept that he like heard being there, or
I think it was like one of his own personal stories because he always wanted to hear when he got home from work that someone say you did well, and someone say, hey, you're my pride, even though like you struggled through your day. Don't worry, you are my pride.
yeah.
And so I think he also heard that from other people, like, you know, who call and say like, oh, I just got back from work, I'm just so tired, you know, just from their stories. So I think it's like it's just both his own experience and the people who call in to the radio station.
That's something that it doesn't matter what you do. If you're a musician, if you flip burgers, if you're an advertising executive, if you run a printing press, if you work at a dentist's office, like, man, life is super heavy. And that feeling of like, it's like a superhuman thing to sort of like come down and like appreciate us people who are around you. I mean, that's something that's super heavy, and it's very real, and it's very necessary, and I don't think people make time enough for it. When someone does make time for it in their life, I think it's really important that they keep doing it. That's like the song. I thought the harmony was beautiful, and his voice, not in the context of a boy band, I thought was excellent.
I loved his voice. I think he's my favorite singer, like hands down. And I think if we're just talking about music, I loved the use of the background singers. And I don't know whether that was him recording over himself. It sounded like it probably was. But I think the reason I liked it so much is it was used so little, but it enhanced that part of the song.
Yeah.
It was used as a texture, as a kind of, it just added depth to it. And it wasn't too much. And I think that's the thing. It was a very sincere song.
Yeah.
It was so, none of it was overdone, all of it. Even the video was so good because it was simple, but you got what the message was. And I don't want to say it was a simple song, because it was really beautiful, and the piano part was doing some really cool things, but while keeping the message of the song. I feel like his point was to keep the message of the song as the central focus, and I think he did a great job of that.
And one of the things that I liked especially, that I think gave it that sense of sincerity, was that it was, for the entire time, just piano and voice.
Yeah.
There wasn't a moment where, like a lot of times with songs that start out as this like piano ballad type of style, they often build and they get into more of like a more complex, and a string section, or even like some sort of like percussion, like drum beat, not obviously a strong one, but, and I liked that they kept it that simple. I thought that it added quite a lot. In terms of, like what you said, keeping the message of the song, like prioritizing that. It didn't really like go anywhere, but I think that was intentional.
I think what's so heartwarming about this is it's something that really is like, people go through this. Like, you know, I just was working till 11 p.m. last night. Like, people go through this struggle, and he's gone through this struggle. And it was a very human thing. And I think that it wasn't what we're trying, it's not like some goal that we're trying to achieve. It's just like, look, this is how it is. And I'm here to tell you that even when you're going through that, even when you're doing this, you know, I'm going to be there. I appreciate your hard work.
Almost in my mind, the recording for this was he just sat down in a room and played piano and someone pressed record.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, I'm sure that's not actually what happened, but there is that kind of sense of just kind of like emotion that hasn't gone through a filter. That's kind of a breath of fresh air.
It was like, here, let's talk about your story. He went to the audience. It was a story about the audience. It was just, and he related to it. It wasn't that he was just totally devoid of his own emotions. It was him really saying, I want to reach out and connect to you. And I think that particularly within the K-pop sphere as it pertains to just companies producing these artists, you know, I think that really is something special.
It touched on a lot of topics, like the whole not feeling complete, and then sometimes you have to be reminded that, oh, you are enough. You did a good job. You're fine. You are good. You are enough.
I thought compositionally it worked very well. Like, it was interesting enough, but it didn't really need to like super surprise you, you know, with anything. It was really soothing.
Right, and you were talking about the arpeggiating and stuff?
Because like, if you think arpeggiations, itself is really broken. So in a way, it's like also like the parts where you would land on a cadence or in a finaling or you're ending a phrase, it would never be one block sound. And then when you mentioned about the lyrics about not syncing together, it was like, oh man, that hit hard.
Whoa!
I was like, oh,
I didn't even think of
yeah,
that.
it's like, yeah, the chords at the very end usually just hit a block. And then some people do like roll it, but what they did was rolling it, and it actually created the effect of like not syncing. And even the music video together, it's like, whoa, it's another like medium of excitement. Yeah, but it's a phenomenal piece.
Yeah.
All right, well, now we're going to move on to his 2016 solo song. So this is meant to contrast extremely
It's too close. It's too close.
with this first one.
It's too much. Too much feels.
This is meant to be more public friendly in comparison to that last song.
I thought that's the more public friend. Like for me personally, that's the stuff that makes him stand out. So we'll see how this compares.
Okay. He explained in an interview, "For this album, instead of talking about my own stories, I imagined a character and that this character was singing these 9 songs from the start. Of course, this character might reflect some part of myself. He is an unamusing, attractive young man who is sometimes up to mischief, which I've created in my mind during the album production." He worked on this song with a hip-hop and R&B singer named Crush.
Dope.
She is. Oh, there we go. Ooh, it's a synthy. It's very modern. R&B.
I love that. The crescendo and then
Yeah, the whoop.
I like the abrupt styling and the rhythm, just like how it just like pulls back immediately.
Oh. I like this. It's got like a quasi like double time feel in some of the moments, but it's really like on the half side type deal.
Oh, this falsetto is so on.
I feel like if you took the previous song and made it more like techno and R&B, this is what it would sound like. Like I can definitely hear the connection in like the chord choices.
He's got a very tuneful voice.
A lot of 7s and applied chords.
He's got really good style.
Sounds like he's saying, "Oh shit." I know, I was thinking that. This is like really awesome.
I like the register he's singing in.
Yeah.
It's way different than the last song.
I like that. I like that kind of like
Reps. Yeah. And then he broke it down.
I think that even though like my instinct is like put an instrumental solo in there, they did like definitely bring the texture down though for like a dance break, which is good. Like that's maybe like the purpose that instrumental breaks sometimes serve. It's like a texture change that allows the music to breathe some, and they definitely just did that, which is like very good.
I like how each of his like songs and album, there's a clear narrative and inspiration and story behind it. I think that makes it really cool for like really interesting listening.
Ooh. Their dancing like fits this perfectly.
I think they did. Whoa! That just like really changed.
Oh, that dropped down.
It just went from like 6/8 to 4/4 like real fast.
I love this guy getting the
Yeah.
vocal line.
Oh, and he's wearing those heels. Boy, yeah. Sorry, I know we're supposed to comment on the music, not the outfit, but he's rocking those heels like shit.
The instrumentation gives a slightly different view on kind of similar music.
Yeah, it's got like a neo soul vibe with like some of because it's got like electronic, like with what they're doing.
Kind of
kind of like. But at least what he's doing there with like the electric piano, that was like neo soul vibe.
Even though there's a lot going on, it still feels simple, and I like that. You know, they're able to kind of keep it in without it going like too nuts. Because oftentimes when you put a lot of stuff in, you can kind of get this cacophony or this craziness. Whereas I felt like even though there was like so much happening, it still felt as though it was just like as simple as the music video we just watched. You know, it's like it felt pretty intimate.
Yeah.
I mean, when he looks like he's having so much fun, like on the one hand it's really sad, but on the other hand it like kind of makes me, I don't know, it just makes me want to celebrate this music in a happy way. It's a weird feeling definitely listening to this after the events that happened, but I'm just glad that he had a hand in making this music, and it really shows. Yeah.
Did you want to say something?
I don't know, I was just gonna mention, like, it follows a lot of the pop music tropes where it's like the beats. Like, if you actually listen really carefully to the beats, like these headphones do well, but they have like a softer one and then hit it with you with a harder one, and you're like, whoa!
Whoa!
And then you mentioned about the triplets.
And the weird, I think the thing that really surprised me was that it occurred again. Because it's usually like the one rap break where, triplet,
transition
triplet. Yeah, and then the second time it happened again, I'm like, okay, all right.
Right, and how are the chords of this one too?
Oh, I liked them. I can't tell you what they were, because I'm not good with R&B chords, but they were fat.
Synthetic. And then you can't really hear it too often.
A lot of, yeah. Even the slap bass, which I was imitating so much. Like sometimes it would play a note, sometimes it would be like,
Yeah.
it would do a slide. So there's a lot of freedom. I like it. The song sounds really free within the pop box.
All right, so yeah, what do you think of this one?
Existentialism. That's what it was about. Definitely a lot different to the first one, but I can see his like kind of signature in the way that he treats the melody. But obviously the instrumentation was completely different. The style was different, but you could tell that it was Jonghyun.
Yeah.
So
I really loved how in different parts of the song it would go from like halftime back to common time and then back to halftime. It was really, really nice. Also, I really loved the intro where every time they'd hit each chord, it would crescendo and then it would just be a hard stop. I love that. That effect was really cool because it has the effect of being rhythmic and legato at the same time, but also sudden when
sudden silence.
When it's just muted, which is really, really cool.
I liked the like the halftime feel of it, and then I liked the fact that they put that 3 against 2, and like just feeling that is like what kind of made it more like upbeat, and then kind of had a twist to it, and I liked that.
Yeah, as far as the time feel, it was good because I never got too settled in one. It would kind of hop back and forth with like maybe like a small moment where it would be like, all right, double time, kind of like funky up thing, and then like it go back into half like more R&B. Also, like a big thing in the R&B sound is like the electronic sounds that kind of fade in and out like that.
This may sound weird, but did you feel like, like those like really like retro-y kind of cars, and they have like, they're like a convertible and the hood's down, but like, whoever owns them is really like, souped them up. So when you're sitting in the back, you're like, when you go driving, do you know what I'm talking about? That's what I feel like this song is.
Okay.
But I quite liked it. I liked the bass line that they had. We mentioned it during that. It was like very funky and just kind of like not even funky in like the way we use it, but just like the genre of music.
Funk, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. We talked about the triplets when he had da 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 da. For the new one, da 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 or da 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 da. He broke up the triplets, which was really awesome because he took the same phrase and then he made it different, which is like what music is about, taking the same thing and making it different. And his voice fit it too. His voice sounded good. It blended really well. And the video matched with it too. They did a lot of cool things with the video effects. I know we're here to judge the music, but the way that he had a lot of the drops when he dropped something in his pocket went, which was just cool. It enhanced the experience, so to speak.
I'll describe that song as smooth, like yellow butter. What the fuck? With like pop rocks in it. It was just like,
Like, it's just, you hear stuff like this, and it's just like so, and you see the music video and you hear the song, and it's just like so upbeat and happy sounding, and like this was only like a year before like he took his own life, and like we lost such a talent, but I think we can look back at stuff like this and kind of celebrate his memory, because just like don't let this stuff go away.
Wow, that was great.
yeah, that was like the best part about it is that it wasn't too long or too short, which a lot of times gets really screwed up in these K-pop songs.
Okay, yeah, so with these two songs and actually getting to hear him for the first time, do you have any overall thoughts about his music?
Yeah, God, I want more.
Yeah, his voice is really good, picks out good beats.
Like I said, like he's got like a vision for what he wants. I think that he really sticks with that. I think it's excellent that sort of like being that artistically driven and being able to achieve what starts in your mind as an idea is like the best process to making great music. And I think he achieved that.
If you could say something to the fans who are mourning his death right now, what would you like to tell them?
I don't know, I think it might be comforting to like listen to this music and know that it is, I'm sure every song he wrote was a piece of his soul that he was giving to everyone. And I think that even just listening to the music can comfort you and can kind of bring you a little peace.
And from just what we've listened to today, he's an artist who, like Gwen said, he really was out to not only connect with his music, but then take it and give it to the audience and connect with the audience through his music. And you know, you said these are two different styles of music, but he wanted to show just because we work hard and just because we have these moments where you're working so hard and it's really tough, you can also have these moments of really immense joy and a good time. And I think his humanity just shows through his music. And even though he's gone, his humanity is always going to be present in his music.
Wow, there's like 1,000 things I want to say. Unfortunately, I don't know Jonghyun really well, almost at all, as a solo artist. This is the first I'd heard it. So I can't necessarily empathize with his art, though from what I've seen, I think it's fantastic. And it's different than anything that I think I've seen on this channel thus far. And not because of his legacy, but because of who he was when he was alive. But I think that one thing that I can do, and one thing that I've tried to do in the past few weeks, is empathize with him as an artist and as a human being. I know a lot of people have really been saying that the one thing that I've seen the most is that people feel as though someone who they felt like understood what they were going through is gone, you know? I mean, for a lot of people, waking up every day and doing things that dictate what we call normal human life are an endless struggle that is tiring and exhausting and terrifying from start to finish. And it's important that there are artists in this world of any medium that can offer solace and solidarity for people who go through that, and show them that just because that's how things can be doesn't mean that there isn't an incredible depth of beauty and joy and wonder to being alive. And it is endlessly important that we remember those artists, not just with their art, but also with them being a human, and understanding that sometimes they can't keep up with that fight, you know, to do the things that make you a human being. And it's hard when it seems like someone who's a pillar of strength kind of leaves. You can edit some of this stuff out. I'm kind of rambling now. I think one thing that's the most important, I think the one thing I want to convey the most to the people who watch this and who are really affected by this, there's so many things wonderful about walking around on this earth, and there are so many things that are terrible. The passing of Jonghyun is really unspeakably terrible, but the art that he left behind for us falls into the joyful category. His music is one of the many countless reasons to keep going and wake up and fight and hate every minute of it, but to hold out for when it gets better. Yeah.
And like it's okay to like be sad, of course. Like, don't let anybody make you feel like it's not, because it's horrible. Mm-hmm. But just make sure to keep his voice alive. And I mean, I know they're releasing a new album of his stuff. Don't hesitate to listen to it because you're afraid. Just go for it. Keep celebrating the talent that he was.
And also, if you purchase the album, the money goes towards his mom and also others who have mental illnesses.
Buy the album. Don't pirate that. Like, yeah, buy this. Buy it. It's worth the money. Just help him out. You know how sad you're feeling.